All right, all right. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Good morning.
How's your day?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, man, to do the show with you for the last Saturday of the month, man. Let's get it.
I gotta turn some volume down a little bit. I got some extra things running so I can make sure I can see, hear, and everything. Yeah, overlay. I think I know what it is. So let me do this right here. Boom, boom. There we go. So you should have that overlay. All right. Well, there we go. Good morning. So how you doing?
Hey, I'm all right.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody. This is Memorial Weekend. Shouts out to everybody who has been in the service. They have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country and for your family. Thank you for that. Well, although I know this is not Veterans Day, but this day we treat it almost like the same, but the memorialization of those who have gone off to foreign war or wars of that family may not even know about things that they do. Shouts out to all of them. And also want to say shout out to my son. He graduated from high school yesterday and last weekends. So I rest just a little bit. It's about 5 minutes. So let's see. Okay, wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's kind of muffled. Yeah, it's kind of muffled, but I can hear
you. So let me fix something. That better, Steve? That better, Steve? Can you hear me now?
Oh, Mr. Harris said he can't hear you. Yeah, I can hear you, but it's, like I said, it's kind of muffled, but I can hear you.
Got my microphone right here. Everything's plugged in.
He said he can hear you a little. That's what Mr. Harris said, a little. My friend, Mr. Harris.
But hey, we move it. So, okay. All right. We work something. That better. I feel I can get them. All right, let's get all right. In the conference final, both teams are 2-1. The Celtics took down the Pacers after the first game of overtime, and the Mavericks took down the Wolves.
Timberwolves, 2-0-2, both of them. Yeah.
I like the Wolves better, probably because I said Wolves on the Bears. You can't get it's hard to put two when you all the way across your jersey.
Man, you know what? I couldn't even. I don't know, man, because the last night when I watched that game last night, I said, man, I get what Ant did, but man, you gotta take that shot, Ant. You can't pass that off because I get it, my man. At the point, he was 7 for 8 from 3-point land, so I get why Ant kicked it to him. Right? He got the hot hand, but if you the leader, you got to lead by example, man. Jordan wouldn't have kicked that, man. If you said you want to be one of the greats, you got to take it, man. You was supposed to, he's supposed to pull that, man. But you know what? It's kind of hard now because, the Finch, Coach Finch not coaching, and it's on the assistant coach. They got a mismatch, and that's how Luka exploited it. Rudy Gobert wasn't supposed to end up on him, man. If you was gonna end up on Luka Doncic, you should have fouled him before the shot. Put him on the line.
But also, what did they say come out of the time? The announcer said the same thing. If they get this matchup, it's going to fall in his favor. So if they
Right.
do, they should have double teamed him instead of just
Okay, yeah, we can hear you
yelling
real
out.
good now. Hear you real good now.
Yeah, yeah. I removed one of the background, so okay.
You can't see, but you can't see your face, man. You only see half of your face. Nah, come back the other way. Yeah, that way.
There we go. All right. We got it now. All right, we got it now. We move it. All right. We talking about the Timberwolves and the Mavs and Rudy Gobert on the switch, but at the same time, this Rudy Gobert is the defensive player of the year. Is it a mismatch going against him? Against Anthony? I'm sorry, Ant-Man. Yeah, it is. But and as soon as boy got the shot in his hands, I knew he wasn't gonna make it because he wasn't on balance. His hand was right, but the rest of his body was off. And one time somebody will hit something like that consistently, it's Steph. So that's not something that he had to get his body lined up, and that never happened.
Yeah, but that's bad coaching, man. You don't get cut on no switch like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. You got picked. It ended up being a mismatch. He ended up shooting it. If I'm Rudy Gobert, I'm following him. Even if I follow him out there, I'm following him. Because then, that's more seconds left on the clock. But like I say, it all go back to Ant. Like, don't be careful what you wish for. Because you said you wanted Kyrie. And Kyrie is showing you, no, you don't want me, man. So look, they were up 0-2, and then they were down 3-2. And they came back and won 2 games. So, like you said, there's no reason for us to panic right now. But if you go down tomorrow night, you go down 0-3, you possibly could get swept. And that's the sad thing about it, because I do want to see Kyrie get another ring, but I'm not a Luka fan, man. He cried too much. Don't play no D, nothing, man. He trash, dude. I'm good.
I don't like the fact that Luka do cry too much. Every time I turn around, you see him crying. That drives me crazy. So there you go. Luka do cry too much. That makes me angry to see him. He talks way too much to the referee instead of getting back on defense.
Right. Cry too much, man. I'm good.
I throw the ball down the court while he's too busy arguing. The ball is going to go up the court. We're going to keep playing.
Man.
It's a crazy day. It's a crazy day. We're going to make it. All right. What you think about this Pacers and Celtics? After that game 1 overtime, I'll see myself, maybe the Pacers might be able to hang with them. But game 2, Celtics came in there and just knocked them around a little bit. You think the Pacers are going to be able to win any of these? You think they're going to get swept? So let's go ahead and
they lose tonight. I'm going to tell you like this. If they lose tonight and they go down 0-3, they're going to get swept. If the Mavs beat the Timberwolves Sunday night and they go down 0-3, both of them going to get swept. Because you got to look at the timetable. The finals start June 6th. June 6th is the following week. Hook or crook. That gives them both a week of check. That gives them, if they both sweep, that gives them a whole week to get rest and everything before the finals start. Finals don't start till next Thursday. Not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday. So if they both sweep, that's a whole week of preparation, rest, time to get healed up, whatever. Because if they was to play, if they bump heads right now, the Celtics beat them in 6, easy. When that's without Porzingis. They don't even need Porzingis.
Porzingis really hasn't been much of a factor since the regular season.
But that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't need Porzingis to beat them right now. If they collided right now, the Celtics beat them in 6, easy. Without Porzingis, with Porzingis is Mike 5. They beat them, man.
So
man, PJ Washington can't chip.
So you already saying that the Celtics is going to beat the Pacers. That's your prediction.
And I'm right. So far, I'm right? I'm 2-0.
I'm writing it down. Celtics going to beat the Pacers in how many games?
5. I give you, because it's hard to beat them at home. So I give you 5.
I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying the Celtics in 5. So we on the same page.
5.
So let's get the Mavs and Timberwolves. So who you seeing in that one?
I say that one probably go 5 too, because
I'm thinking
them
I'm
gonna
going
still.
to go 6. I like the Mavs in 6.
6, 5, man.
Reason why. And Ant-Man got a little heart. And between
Yeah, he
Halliburton
got
and
heart. I
Ant-Man,
mean, everybody got heart, right? Until you have to get out there and play, everybody got heart.
no, I'm just saying in terms of making sure that they're going to at least represent Ant-Man. Ant-Man needs some rest. Right now, he's tired. You can tell he's ridiculously tired. And Jason Kidd did a great job yesterday of using his timeouts to rest Kyrie and the rest of the team. Kyrie tired too. He not a young guy no more. He's 36, 37, right around that age. So it's he resting him in the right spots. Where Ant-Man, he's still going 100%. He's not really pacing himself like he should. But that's comes with it just you. So I think that I'm gonna say Mavs in 6, Pacers in 5, and we'll talk about who's gonna win the whole thing once we get on that side. I know you already said you're looking at the Celtics. If I had to lean right now, I would probably have to say the Celtics too. But they have a habit of giving things away.
Absolutely.
I don't know. The Celtics, yeah, JT, he got a habit of maybe he'll come off the milk box this year. Maybe he'll come off the milk box this year. Maybe this year, this will be the year for him to do it. All right. Don't forget to click, share. Don't forget to get this book right here, Great for This Journey Every Day, by the one Mr. Marcus Holmes, who is just joining us in the background. Welcome to you, sir. Thank you for making it out. Good to see you. And we want to make sure we represent make sure we pub his book, Great for This Journey Every Day, by Mr. Marcus Holmes. Click, share, get on the phone, get on text somebody, let them know that Kamau and Felix is here. We just finished talking about the conference finals that are going on both sides of the league. And before we move forward, we want to make sure we spend a little bit of time talking about Mr. J.B. Bickerstaff Jr., who got the Ziggy from Cleveland. A lot of people expected it. I didn't know that he was having trouble in the background. What happened? People who in the know are like they weren't surprised that this happened. They said they've been having trouble with the ownership and the players and Bickerstaff staff back and forth. But I'm glad they did a good job of keeping it in house. And it's gonna come out eventually.
Absolutely.
Got fired. So I'm glad they was able to be professional enough to let him finish out his tenure and then let him go. Because you see how far they got. Maybe Milwaukee could have taken a page out of their book and not letting their coach go when you number 2 in the league. But hey, that's another story for another day.
Right.
All right. Don't forget once again to click, share, and let them, because what are we doing? Our goals will be the soul train of this generation. So when you clean up on Saturday morning on a nice spring day like this, you got those windows open, and you can put us on your TV. Like I got YouTube on TV. You can put it on Twitch on your TV. Put it through your speakers all throughout the house. We talking good sports, and we're being backed up by our one Mr. Stephen Harris like he does every week. This young man sent me all kind of crazy stuff throughout the week. He sent me. I got it today, Steve. I got the one about the golfer and did he send you the one about the golfer and the reporter? I'm like, man, this is fun stuff. Folks is having lots of fun out on the road, a la Tiger Woods, but not as bad, but just one instead of 70, just one. All right, we're gonna move forward. We're gonna get into the UFL, the playoff start next week. There wasn't any NFL big news out there. OTAs are still kind of going on. We're gonna pick up next week when the playoffs start. I do want to highlight that Panthers are at Houston tomorrow. 12 o'clock game, I think it is. And the Panthers are 6-2 versus the 1-7 Houston Roughnecks. So I don't know about that name, but hey, maybe that's why, maybe we need to rebrand that name, Roughnecks. Because every time I think Roughneck, I think about MC Light song. So that's what makes me think about it. Hopefully we can they get a new name. Maybe if they get a new name, they get some more victories. All right, moving on. We're going to, let's see here. The Rocket Mortgage golf outing, July 4th. I'll be down for that. If you know somebody at a sponsor that got a booth out there, and then we go out and, oh yeah, I'd be more than happy to go out there and host some.
Go out where?
The Rocket Mortgage golf outing.
Hey man, I don't have a green jacket, man. I don't have a
You
green
don't need a
jacket.
green jacket. All
Yeah,
you need is a nice
I need
golf
a
shirt.
green jacket, man. I need a green jacket. I don't know about you. I need a
cannot
green
wear a
jacket.
green jacket to a golf outing that is not the Masters. That is
I need a
disrespectful.
green jacket. I need a green jacket with the little gold symbol right there. If I don't have a green jacket, I'm not going out there.
We'll get you a shirt. We'll get you a polo shirt. We'll get you
Nah,
polo
a green jacket.
They'll kick us out of there. What is wrong with
What they kick us out of there for?
That's improper attire. You can't wear that to the.
Man, I'm wearing a green jacket.
Right.
I'm wearing a green jacket, man. I think I might got a green dress coat jacket. I might see what I can do. I can put that. I can fugazi a couple of things. I do a little something.
You're gonna be out there mad because you be sweating in that big old jacket off the 4 days of the tournament.
I'm down with Fuzzy Zeller.
Lord. So okay, all right. All right. WNBA action. The Indiana Fever got their first victory yesterday over the Los Angeles Sparks. They billed it as the number 1 versus the 2 and the 4. Caitlyn Clark being the number 1 pick versus number 2, Cameron Brink out of Stanford, and number 4, Rickea Jackson out of Tennessee. By way of Detroit, Rickea Jackson is a Detroit product, went to Edison High School, state champion, getting ready player of the year, the whole 9. And she is doing very well out there with the Sparks. She's the backup two guard, and she know her role. She come off, she's looking to score. I like how they using her out there. She comes off the bench, and she gets to her spot, and she's looking to score. And they're looking for her to score, which is most important. And she's very efficient. She's having about 7-8 points right now, very quietly as a rookie. And watching that game last night. Let's see. Mr. Luis, I don't know what that is. If it's something bad, we're going to need you to take that down. He's coming from Twitch. Hope it's something good, Mr. Luis Angel Cruz. We appreciate it. We appreciate your help. I hope it's not something bad. We can't be clicking on bad stuff and losing our show. All right. Let's see here. Caitlyn Clark. She had 8 or 9 points or something like that. She didn't have a lot of points. She hit the quote unquote deciding 3 to win the game. She hit a deep 3, but that game was over way sooner than that. Los Angeles turned the ball over way too many times. I was clicking back and forth between that game and the Timberwolves and Mavs game. Every time I turned the Sparks game on, the Sparks Fever game on, the Sparks kept turning the ball over, and they were still winning. So I knew that was going to catch up to them. And so when the Mavs game was over, I just watched the end of that game. It was a good game. A lot of great competition, a lot of energy, great energy in the arena in Los Angeles. And I kept saying, why don't they don't run some of the offense that they ran in Iowa for Caitlyn Clark? I know this is the pros, but if you want your player to be successful, you got to put her in a position that, she's been in the past. And when she started, at the end of the game, when she hit that step back 3, it was like, you could just tell the confidence was there for her because she was able to do what she used to be able to do. So hopefully, this will be something moving forward for them. LA was already above 500, so this is their first win They were 1-4, 1-5, something like that. I want to say 1-5 for the Fever. And of course, that was a big thing on ESPN. Did you get to see any of that last night, sir? Felix, are we
Yeah.
okay? Disconnect. Okay, I was scared that you was the Gremlins, the guys that didn't hear. I said, did you get to
No,
see
I'm
any of
listening.
the
I'm
game
taking
last
it
night?
in. Yeah. I think, look, man, this is my opinion. This is, I mean, it's a sports talk show. We are putting our opinions out there. To
Mm-hmm.
me, I think she bit off more than she could chew. Man, they is destroying that young lady. She is getting picked, knocked to the floor. She not getting them calls like she is at Iowa. You ain't in Kansas no more. Ain't that what she told? Ain't that what Dorothy told Toto? I don't think we in Kansas. No, I think she should have. Me personally, I think she should have went back one more year. You still would have been the number one player coming out. That's just me, because you ain't even got to Phoenix yet. Wait till DT get to you. I mean, they said pick that one pick they set on her. I was like, man, she ain't never had no contact like that.
But what bothers me is that her teammate didn't even call out the pick. You gonna get picked, but you gotta let your teammate know pick is coming.
I got picked like that one time. I never forget it. I got picked like that one time, and they took me out the game, and I didn't even play the rest of the game. I had to sit down because, I mean, he got me. I was like, but I was mad at the bench. Like, didn't nobody say, Phil, watch out? No, no.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
when I got picked, I remember they was like, lay there for a minute. That's how I was laying on the floor. I mean, I was literally laying on the court. They like, just lay there for a minute. I'm looking at them like, y'all seen it in no way. So I get it, but hey,
Mm-hmm.
teammates make the dream work, I guess. I don't know. But you got to figure too, she's a rookie. She's basically, when you mention the WNBA, who's in the headlines? She is. So
Yeah.
maybe that's rubbing her teammates some type of way. We not there. So we don't know what, she doing and how she conducting her. But I know they want the coach fired.
You want the
Fans in
coach
Indiana, yeah, they want the coach fired.
because they're not winning.
No, they want the coach fired for the comments she made. Google the comments. Google the comments she made about Caitlyn. Yeah, you're gonna be like, wow,
I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna come back to that. So this
yeah,
is why we
write that
need.
down. Yeah.
This is why we need.
They want her fired, man. They want that coach fired which will probably happen because right now they're 1-4. You only got like something like 15, 18, 20 some games left. They're not gonna make the playoffs. And you can see the frustration because they showed one highlight. Her and Aaliyah Boston was walking off together, and Aaliyah Boston was looking at her like basically like, you got to come out the rock. Like, you just read the comments. You read it, put in
I did show how
Indiana
he
Fever
one
coach,
time.
Indiana Fever
She
coach
was talking
comments
to come
regarding
on.
Caitlyn Clark. And you're going to say, wow.
I looked at it. We'll definitely do that when we finish the show. All right, we're gonna move into the Detroit Tigers MLB lane fairly quickly because we let's see. I want to make sure we're not skipping over anything.
Hey, man, can we just go and say I won that bet right now? Because, man, they are horrible. Like, for real. For real. Can we just go and say I won the bet? Like, I know it's only May. We ain't even got to the All-Star game and all that. But can we say I won the bet? Please, can we just say that?
As of today, as of right now, you look like you're doing real well.
Because
you're playing on house money.
If you notice, if you look at that score, okay, I was waiting to see what he was going to say. I was waiting to see what Mr. Harris was going to say. Can we just say I won the bet, man? Y'all not going to. You couldn't go to the World Series if you was in it by yourself.
They're like Popeye playing all the positions, eating
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Do you know that last road trip, they only put up like 3 runs, and I think it was like 18 to 3 runs. Man, that's terrible, man.
They put up 9 runs, yeah. I agree. I think Hitch has lost the team. I think so, and I think that he has. You can't be afraid to close that door and go off on some people. You got to be able to, you the skip. You the skipper. It's not like football where they make us that much more money. You making good money. They brought you in there to turn it around, so they know what you're there for.
Okay.
So,
To question to both of y'all, to you, Mr. Williams, and you, Mr. Harris. What do you mean by lost the team?
well, if you were in charge as the skipper,
Okay.
Is the team in charge or is the coach in charge?
It's the team in charge because the team is who's playing. He only instructing you what to do. They're playing, right?
Right. So are they doing what you tell them to do out on the field? You say we're gonna run this squeeze bunt play, and he swing away. When you tell him you're trying to bunt, who's in charge? Basically,
it would be Hitch.
That's what I'm saying. We in my opinion, I don't think the team has a lot of respect for him right now.
Okay, maybe let me change it up. Okay, so if he's the skipper, now mind, this is a guy, even though quote unquote they cheated, AJ Hinch, they cheated, they won the World Series, quote unquote, this is a world championship coach, right?
Correct.
So is it the talent? Is it he's not getting out of the players? Well, that's why I'm trying to understand. Y'all comment is where y'all saying he lost the team because obviously you felt biased with something. You paying him. You felt Toby Keith was good because you brought him up from the minors. You sent Badu back down to the minors. So what I'm saying is it that you lost? Because he said you lost. Y'all both saying they lost the team. Has you lost faith in the players, or has the players lost faith in themselves?
I think, first of all, that the talent level that they have is good enough for them to be at least 1 or 2 games above 500. I'm not saying they should be burning it up, but the way they came out of training camp, they had the second best record out of everybody. So they should be playing way
you can't go
better.
off of that. You can't go off of preseason. That's like when you go out and try for football and you just got the helmet and you ain't got no pads or nothing. You're going to catch everything. You're going to make the coaches pay attention to you, everything. Until them pads come on and you start getting hit. What happened, Phil? You're supposed to catch that. Oh, coach, it dropped off my hand. No, because you was worried about getting hit. See, as long as you know you ain't going to get hit, I'm going to catch everything. Woo, 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 woo. But now that you know contact is coming after that catch, man, I ain't about to catch that. So that's what I'm saying. Is it that the players have because at 1 minute, what I'm saying is the fan base, y'all not really loyal neither. 1 minute, y'all praising Javi Baez. The next minute, trading. Next minute, it's Toby Keith. Next minute, trading. Then it's Badu. You send him down to the minors. Then that's what I'm saying. Why do y'all keep changing players? It's Scoogle, oh, he's this, he that. Then he get rocked. Oh, no, he trash. Then the guy who got hit by the pitch the other day, I'm glad he's doing better. Oh, he's trash. Your fan base ain't, that's what y'all all over. Y'all over here. How do you play for that? That's why y'all laughing, because I'm telling the truth.
You got great points. My point is the talent level isn't the greatest with the team first.
But that would be your farm system, right?
Okay, that's the front office and the farm system. For the players that they have there, I think he should be able to get more out of them than what he's doing.
So with the players he have right now, he shouldn't be, what are they, 27 and something? So they shouldn't be 3 games under 500. That's what you're saying.
Yes. I think they should be 2 games above at least. 2 or 3 games above 500.
That's why I'm not a Tiger fan. That's why I'm not a Lions fan. That's why our fan base is horrible. You deal in Fantasy Island. You're like Mr. Furley. Mr. Furley, remember Mr. Furley? You like Mr. Furley. I can't do it. I can't.
Mr. Furley was a great guy.
Yeah, Mr. Furley was a great guy. Big guy, little guy. Bam, bam, bam. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, they're 24 and 27, fourth in the Central, 10 games behind the Guardians. And it doesn't get any easier because they're in Toronto. They go to Pittsburgh. They go to Boston, and they come here to Texas. I'm looking to try and get to the game the 5th of June. That's a Wednesday night. I'm going to try and get to that game. I try to see them at least once a year here when they come here once a year. So it's not going to get any easier.
When they come, you really feel confident.
No.
Or do you? Okay, so when they come, do you vote? I mean, vote. Do you root for them, or do you still root for the Rangers?
Oh no, I never root for the Rangers. When the Tigers are in town, I root for the Tigers. I root for the Rangers when the Tigers are not in town.
If I ever come to visit and you take me to a game, we're gonna get put out the game. I'm telling you that right now. Ask Marcus. We're gonna get put out the game. And you tell Steve Harris that Lions going to the Super Bowl. That's crap too. Because I seen the little press conference. Oh, J-Mo is good. Mr. Harris, we're talking about practice. You know how that ended up with Allen Iverson, right? We're talking about cash back. We're talking about practice. And then y'all not going nowhere neither. 7-10. Watch what I tell you.
We talk about the Lions another day. I got my feelings on them. They got a professional schedule, and it's going to be tough this year.
7-10. You know what's going to really hurt y'all? You know when your bye week is? Week 5. That means you still got to go 12 weeks and hope nobody gets hurt. That's what I said, 7-10. I cannot wait. I wish it was September right now. I really did. I wish I had a crystal ball and I could just rub the, the Aladdin genie. Give me 3 wishes. Bring it September right. You're going to go 7-10 and I'm going to laugh. And I'm going to laugh.
Well, we gonna get there. Right now we got to trail through these Tigers. Who they play Toronto this afternoon. I want to say. I think it's an afternoon game in Toronto. Yeah, I've always liked the Blue Jays. I've been to the stadium that they play in. It's one of the first
Sky Dome.
The Sky Dome, one of the multi-purpose domes in the world, where they have the you can play baseball and one part of the day, football at night, or just the opposite, because they got the Argonauts there and you can set up the field. It's really nice.
Okay, let me ask you this. Last thing on the Tigers. Let me ask you this. Would firing AJ Hinch be the answer?
No.
So you keep him?
You can't win if you don't have the talent overall. He don't have the talent overall to do what he needs to do.
You don't have the talent overall to win. Okay, so when the trade deadline come up, who you ship? Javi Baez?
Nobody wants that contract.
Then why did you sign him for it?
At the time, it looked like the right thing to do.
Remember some years ago, I had the jersey too. I think I gave the jersey to Marcus. Remember when we signed Juan? Well, not me. Remember when they signed Juan Gonzalez?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Juan Gonzalez?
Long gone.
Wore number 19. Number 19 for the Tigers. And everybody thought, oh my God, this is when they were still playing on Trumbull then. And everybody was like, oh my God, he's going to bring this and bring that. How did that work out?
I was a partial season ticket holder at the time. And I saw him hit a home run on the Saturday before Father's Day to win the game.
Okay. Here, remember this one? Remember they signed Prince Fielder? Cecil Fielder's our son? Mm-hmm. Remember they had the burger at McDonald's named after Cecil Fielder?
Yeah.
How did that one work out?
He left for the Rangers. They should have drafted him. He never should have went to Milwaukee to begin with.
So you're saying the Tigers should have drafted him?
Yeah. They should have drafted him originally.
But you know what the good thing about Prince Fielder was? Prince Fielder, he got out of Dodge with all that money. Look at that. They smart. They not dumb. Some athletes are dumb. But the majority of them, Prince Fielder, number 1. Number 2, and you cannot dispute this one, NFL, Kirk Cousins. He might not have learned how to play football at Michigan State, but I be dog. He paid attention in them classes. Kirk Cousins been robbing the NFL since he been in the NFL.
With a smile on his face.
And with a smile on his face. Like, got him again. Got one, coach.
No matter. He just getting them.
The third one, NBA. So I go all 3 sports. NBA. Yao Ming made a boatload of money and went back over there and started shooting Godzilla movies.
Who's the guy who signed that big contract and only paid 41 games out of 3 years and made 150 million? What is his name? Oh man, the point guard. I forgot his name. They was. It's gonna come to me. I think he played for the Wizards. He got. They signed him when he was hurt. He didn't play the first season. The second season, he played 41 games. Got hurt. Third season, he didn't play no games, and he made that max contract over 3 years. I can't think of his name. Point guard. It'll come to me. See, as soon as the show over, it's gonna come to me. He robbed them. He robbed them better than anybody. He robbed them better.
He said he was a point guard in the NBA. He played for the Wizards.
Yes.
LaRon Profit.
Not Profit. No, this is recent. Much more recent. Much more recent. It was either the Wizards or the Clippers. Guard, hurt, made 158 million for 41 games.
Wow. Let me think. The guard. Kyle Lowry? No, I'm playing. I don't know that. You got me, man. He played for the Clippers.
It's either the Clippers or the Wizards.
Wizards? Let me think. Who was the guard? Oh, John Wall.
John Wall, yes.
John Wall. When you say that John Wall, yeah. He trying to get back in the NBA. He is trying. He trying right now to get back in there. Nobody won't sign him.
No, what you say? No.
John Wall, good, man, wait, okay. In his defense, I don't know him personally. Good. You know he was going to Carolina before he went to Kentucky. You didn't hear that story, right?
Or
did you hear the story?
I heard the story.
Okay, so John Wall he's an exceptional talent. Don't get me wrong. Should he be okay, when you think of John Wall, when I think of John Wall, I think they're doing John Wall like they did Carmelo towards the end. It's like blackballing, but if I got to sign him, I sign him. Out of the 32 teams in the league, you telling me he can't play on one of them rosters? Sure he can.
I'm not saying he can't. But when you just stuck up one of my homeboys for 158 million for 41 games, I'm not signing you either. You know, if as much as the owners don't like each other, they're going to have each other's back on that.
Okay, to piggyback what you just said, what you said with Javi Baez, at the time, was he worth it though? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Every time. So you don't want to make the same mistake twice. Javi Baez is going to play out the rest of that contract. Nobody's going to sign him unless the Tigers just send him on home.
I think they should be.
That's just like they did with the guy who just retired last year.
Cabrera.
They knew that Cabrera was done. You know he had no more tread left on the tires. But we still pay you. So you're going to show up. You're going to make these appearances. You're going to help sell these tickets. You're going to help take care of this contract. And we're going to send you off properly. Other than that,
I think that might have been the problem too. Like we held on to Cabrera too long. Like when we got rid of Verlander, well, we traded Verlander, then we got Price, and then we kept trying to. Then we got rid of Scherzer first. Then we got rid of Verlander. Then we got Price from Toronto and all that. I think we should have started dealing Cabrera then. You could have got him off the books back then, because like you said, we seen the tread was already gone. The tread was gone when they lost to the Giants. And he stood there in the World Series, 3-2 pitch, and he stood there. The tread was gone then. But we just, as diehard Lions, diehard Pistons, diehard Tiger fans, diehard Red Wing fans, we hold on to maybe we can squeeze just a little bit. Nah, it's over. If they don't got this in their system, they ain't going nowhere. I'm just telling you. You got to have a vape, man. The vape gets you going. The vape gets you going.
Lord.
So
I think how you gonna sneak that in this week.
You say who?
I was wondering how you gonna sneak that in this week. Sneak in the vape this week.
Hey man, you always the vape gonna always make an appearance. It's just once I feel ding ding ding, then I the vape comes. This keep the pearly whites white. The vape.
Oh Lord, my mom grandma used to put it on your tongue when you're sick, rub it on your chest. Put the towel around you, put some on your tongue so you can get better. I'm like, no, grandma, I don't know. Open your mouth. Okay, all right. Batman, moving forward. All right. Did you have anything you want to use for the open forum question? I got a little bit. I can go over this for NCAA lacrosse. They're in that finals, almost final weekend. Yeah, they are in the final weekend, as a matter of fact. Today is the Final Four. Notre Dame and Denver playing against each other, and Virginia and Maryland. Virginia and Maryland are normal mainstays in lacrosse. Notre Dame and Denver. Denver definitely they got in their record. They got a 10-8 record. They got hot and made it through. Although they won, I'm sorry, the last game 10-8. So they play against Notre Dame and in the big stadium in Lincoln Financial Field. And then Monday will be the national championship. I want to make sure I say something for that for Mr. Higbee. If you're watching us out there, sir, he prompted me to keep up with the NCAA men's NCAA lacrosse championships. And like I said, it's going to be on ESPN2 today and on ESPN on Monday. We got to fill the time because everybody's going to be home with the barbecue. Speaking of which, be safe out there. If you're good enough, don't use the lighter fluid because lighter fluid don't do but cause trouble. And you can use the newspaper. You can find some newspaper to start your fire with coals. Do it the old-fashioned way, like my grandmama told me. All right, we're going to take a quick pause for the calls as we jump into stupid sports news. All right, I've been wanting to talk about this forever. They finally getting it right. They finally get it right. What is it that you say? The $2.8 billion with the B dollar settlement with NCAA and all the sports. They are going to pay the kids. They're gonna pay the kids, about to get paid. And the NCAA, the handwriting was on the wall. Once that NIL start getting out of control, and once these collectors start getting out of control, and they say, okay, it's been a ton of lawsuits over the years. The first one was started by O'Bannon and UCLA.
Yeah, Charles O'Bannon. Charles O'Bannon was the one who started it.
He was the first one. Right now, it's two players. One was a swimmer, and one is she has since graduated, and the other one is still playing. But all 5 major conferences signed off on it. Revenue sharing started as early as 2025, and gonna go back as far as 2016 to play the pairs. My question is, who gonna get paid? Are all the sports gonna get paid since 2016? All the players that played all sports? Is the portal gonna still be there? Is what else? What's gonna happen to the NIL? What's gonna happen to the collectors? Are they still gonna be there? I know they said that the boosters is going to go back to the old ways where the boosters you can't get in trouble again for people paying under the table again. That was kind of what the NIL was trying to avoid. But since they're going back to paying them, they know that you can't go back to the whole Wild West paying players under the table the $100 handshakes. You can't do that anymore. You can't do that again. That's what I should say. All of this could have been avoided. This really could have been avoided long time ago. If they'd have just been saying, okay, we making this money, these schools are making the money, the leagues are making the money, everybody's making money but these kids. And they always had that with their amateurs, they're getting a college education. But look how much time they put into it. I know you was at Kansas, so you saw it. I was at Michigan State. All my good friends out there played sports, no matter what the sport, they put a ton of hours into it. They made it so they could work. Yeah, okay, but they were still in the gym every day. They were still in that pool every day. They were still on that field every day, trying to make sure that they're seen by those coaches. So when it's time to try and get that playing time, that they were there for it. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because how is this actually going to play out? Well, what are your thoughts on this, sir?
It was a long time coming. I mean, like I said, play homage to Charles O'Bannon. But then it's the same thing to think. If Charles O'Bannon NBA career would have took a different path, would he would have been pressing the issue? Probably not. Because most of these players like that, think about it. He was a Division I superb athlete. national champion, player. No, he wasn't player of the year, but player of the conference. He just had a bum career, NBA career. Well, I don't say a bum career, but it wasn't his. I'm sure he wanted it to flourish better than what it did, right? It didn't. So back to your point of what you said earlier, the schools benefited. Nick Saban benefited. Going to Alabama, leaving LSU, leaving Michigan State for LSU. What's the guy name left for Cincinnati? Left Cincinnati. Went to Brian Kelly. Left Cincinnati. Left Cincinnati for Notre Dame. Notre Dame for LSU. All these coaches, Urban Meyer, all these coaches, they benefit. Now you gotta pay because that, like you said, I seen it when I was in school. I mean, a car gonna only get you so far, right? A nice apartment, no, you gonna if you give a mouse a cookie, he gonna want a glass of milk. I need something to wash it down. So all this, like SMU, I still despise Craig James for doing that to Eric Dickerson. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't complaining until Eric Dickerson was reaping more benefits than you. Everybody got paid at SMU. But now because Eric Dickerson was getting cars, money, apartments, all this, now you want to go back and tell. All right, what are we doing? You weren't telling when you was getting it. But this, like I said, right, it's always funny. The benefits.
Eric Dickerson won't be, to this day, he be like, I ain't get nothing. To this day, he always like,
of course, look at Marcus Dupree. Marcus Dupree, the best that never was. He was at Oklahoma.
Everybody at Oklahoma talk about all the stuff they did. It seemed like if anybody talking, it's Oklahoma. Boswell talking about the steroids. He talking about the fights that they got. Dupree talking about
how he was. He was like, "What you talking about?" They was like, "Man, you should have an apartment. You should have this. They gave him a gold Trans Am. That was the sports car then in the 80s because they like, hey, Burt Reynolds, Smokey and the Bandit. He had a gold one, but I mean, you can't really live off of $600 scholarship money and pay an apartment. Then you have a girlfriend, like you said, you regular people. So that's way overdue. But like you said, if the biggest thing in college football, is college basketball, college football. So what are you going to say to the baseball players or the softball players or the lacrosse players? Oh, well, or do the 4 players that got accused of rape at Duke, do they get paid? It's a whole bunch you got to put in the pot.
Well, I think they were before 2016.
Huh?
They were before 2016. It happened before 2016.
That happened before 2016.
Yeah, because it only goes back to 2016.
See, so all them players is out. That's crap too. 2016 was that shoelaces, or was that before shoelaces?
That was before. 2016 was it was before Denard. Yeah, 2016 was the year that they was of when they started the lawsuit. So it only goes back to when they started the lawsuit.
So an 8-year stipend. That's what you're gonna get. But look at all the athletes they're gonna have to pay out. So how much is that going? When you trigger that down, that's not no money. It is, but it is.
They've set aside so much for the past, and everything else is moving forward. But it's set up. Once Congress got involved with it, I knew that's when they was going to start making it happen. Because if they'd have kept tying it up in the courts, it wouldn't have gone through. Once Congress got involved, they was like, if you either pay these kids, we take your 401c3 away.
Okay.
Because they don't pay no taxes.
Right.
And they gonna make them antitrust. So once Congress said, okay, you either dissolve it or I will. You make it right, or we gonna make it right.
Oh, okay.
So that's when the negotiations came down. Big Ten, SEC, and somebody else signed immediately. The Pac-12 and somebody else on the West Coast, they said they had to think about it. The next day they signed it.
So Derrick Henry get paid.
We say?
Derrick Henry gets paid.
Derrick Henry was there when he was still at Alabama then?
In 2016, yeah. He was still there.
Okay, because I thought he'd been in the league longer than that.
2016. Either that was the year he left or, Derrick Henry was there.
Okay.
But see, look at the Heisman. Look at the Heisman thing, right? they showed the Leaside Heisman show, right? I mean, the Leaside Heisman room. Look at all them Heismans ain't gonna get.
Yeah.
So you got Desmond, you got Tim Tebow, you got Eddie George, you got Barry Sanders. I mean, you taking it back further, but yeah, look at all of them.
Let's be honest. Tim Tebow got his. Mr. Christian Tebow got his. He may be a Christian and was at church on Sunday, but on Saturday night he was getting money. So he had everything was taken care of.
Yeah, with Urban Meyer as your coach, absolutely he was getting money.
In the name of the Lord, Christian Tebow got taken care of.
You know what? Send all your rights to Kamau Williams. I have nothing to do with that. Send all your rights to Kamau Williams.
Tebow has security.
Absolutely.
He had like the Secret Service security.
Absolutely.
His teammates talk about how he would be in practice and be people around. They'd be like, "Who is that guy? Don't worry about it." He'd be in the locker room with the guys, and all of a sudden it'll be like a magic trick. Hey, what's that over there? Whoop, Tebow gone.
Absolutely.
They never knew when he came in. They never knew when he left.
Yeah.
So, you can't tell me. So I know you mentioned all those players. Hey, it's not an equal world. The world's not an equal place, and that's very apparent out of the fact that Mr. Tebow made a little bit more money than some of the other ones did.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he made money specifically, but he got a lot more perks than a lot of those guys. He definitely got that. I can't blame him for that. But they say they got to pay all the sports. They got to pay all the sports, no matter if your team was playing and it goes all the way to Division 1A. And a lot of Division 1A conferences are saying we really can't afford to do this. So they're looking at probably some of those keeping some of those sports. They won't be as many sports moving forward. So far out of Division 1A, they can't afford it. I feel bad for them, but the SEC did that a long time ago. The SEC a long time ago said, okay, NIL, we're gonna break it down. So we're not gonna have this many teams. A lot of those SEC teams barely have 7 sports. Football, basketball, baseball, softball, gymnastics. That's what you see. Maybe golf. A lot of those SEC schools. They broke it down. Most schools don't even have swimming anymore. Most schools, no matter what the division, no matter what the Big Ten or Pac-12, they don't have swimming anymore. They took swimming out. And they do. If you're going to be a swimmer, you're going to be doing it privately. So they basically said, okay, we understand we can't afford swimming. So a lot more sports are going to happen. The same thing with them as well. Well, all right, we coming down to the end. We want to make sure we recognize belatedly happy birthday to the good Reverend Dr. Valencia Agner. She turned 21 again. Just this past week. We will make sure we say happy birthday to her. Our next show is next Saturday, June 1st. Is that June 1st next week? Or is it the 2nd?
No, 1st. June 1st.
June 1st. Next week is the 1st. That's right. Because it's 31st. Yep. June 1st, next Saturday, is our next show. We're moving into the summer. It's getting hotter and hotter every day. So those in the warm weather states, call your HVAC person out and get your HVAC system checked out, so you don't want to go out in the middle of the night on the hottest day. Right. And basically just got to clean out a couple of areas around the house and make sure everything is working right. So hey, believe me, I can tell you, I had mine go out last summer for 24 hours. It was not fun at all. It reminded me growing up in the old days. Had to turn the fan around backwards to suck the heat out of the house, and keeping the windows open and put the heavy shades up on the window. So get your HVAC checked out, folks. All right. Hope everybody have a great day. Also, don't forget Love and Stuff Tuesday night, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Dr. V, she has her show on Wednesday, somewhere around noon. You can see her on YouTube. And also Loving the Scriptures, Loving Music, Loving History with Brother Williams, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Don't forget to be safe over the Memorial Day. And also fireworks. Be careful because people think it's going to start this fireworks season. We want to make sure you have all your limbs. You want to be like the football player on the who played, what's the guy with the three fingers now. We don't want to be
Jason
like
Pierre-Paul. Jason
Yeah.
Pierre-Paul.
we don't want to be like JPP. You don't want to be like that. Be careful out there. Careful with those barbecue pits. And like I said before, if you can start your fire. If you know how to do it without lighter fluid, it's going to be a better taste for your food as well as much safer for you as well. Anything else for the good people before we get out of here, Mr.
No,
Felix?
just happy Memorial Day, man. Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah. Keep it on the ground and stay dry because it normally rain. And the Indy 500 is normally the same weekend. I know that the Grand Prix is coming to Detroit as well. Be safe, everybody. Thank you for joining in and have a great rest of your weekend and a great day.